Thanks, YouTube. It's Ahasara Atenra. It's been about 10 days since my last video, and I figure I better come back because I'd like to do this consistently, but life sometimes gets in the way. Anyway, I just got home from work, rocking the bendy, and I thought I'd do another book review for you, and I plan to do another video about something else, a blog that I'm working on. I'm going to finish it tonight. Hopefully I'll get it out tomorrow. If not, Sunday. Let's be flexible with the time, shall we? So, I really like sharing my favorite books with people. Things that I really enjoy reading. My books are like my non-human friends. You know, I can always go to them, turn the pages that I enjoy, passages, and this is probably one of my favorites. This book is called The Fifth Sacred Thing. It's by Starhawk, and it's fiction. Now, I'm not big on fiction, but this is one of the ones that I love. I love this book. I love books by Paulo Coelho. Some other sci-fi fantasy, like I love the Dune series. But this one, this is kind of my baby. This is my second or third copy. I don't even remember. Because I periodically, it gets so beat up, I give it away and I'll buy a new one because, as you can see, there's a little bit of wear and tear already on this one. So, this is a book that I've read so many times. I don't even read it all the way through. It's just when I want to read something that's really comforting to me, I just kind of go and I just pick it up and I open it, like so, and I just randomly start reading a passage. Like I said, my books are my friends. So, what this book is about, it has three main characters. The first main character is a woman called Maya, who is 98 years old. She was born mid-place between the 20th century, and it's the mid-place between the 21st century. Obviously, this was written quite a while ago, so the technology is not exactly appropriate, but the message is. The other person is Bird, who is her grandson, who has been in prison for 10 years. The other person that's part of her family that's still alive is Madrona. Madrona is like 28 years old. She's half Hispanic, black, and white. And Bird is also biracial. And she's a healer. She's a midwife and she's a healer. And it really tells that there was a time when those who desired power really kind of forced those who had no power into some very uncomfortable situations. There's talk of breeding pens and how they treated the earth and just some really nasty behavior, which kind of reminds you of some stuff that's going on today. So basically, Northern California and different parts of California, basically Northern California said, like San Francisco, the Bay Area said, we ain't doing that with y'all. You're not coming up in here. We got our own thing going on, and we're going to form a cooperative community that works for us. And we're going to respect everybody's views. We're going to respect everybody's sexuality, and we're going to respect everyone's religion, and we're going to learn how to work together, and we're not going to get involved in that dumb mess y'all got going down here. Keep it to yourselves. So it basically tells the story, and what it's about is it's when Bird comes back and how they have to suddenly deal with the fact that those people who have been in power all this time suddenly realize that, hey, Northern California has some resources and we kind of want them and we're going to go and take them. So it's like, do we fight the same way that these people fight us? Or do we find another way? Do we find a heart-centered way? And so it deals with that. It deals with them going down to like the Los Angeles area and learning what they've been doing because they've basically just kind of not dealt with it. And they realized that that was a mistake. They should have stayed in contact with the people. And anyway, it taught me a lot of lessons. I learned a lot about paganism in this book. It opened my mind up to just really how to live cooperatively with other people, other mindsets, if you're open to something, how to live with it. And another thing it taught me, it taught me to be really open to different types of sexuality. That is something that if you're not comfortable with homosexuality or group sex. It's a lot of it in here. It kind of threw me when I first read it, and I read this book beginning many, many years ago, and I was kind of like, okay, sure. But it made me more comfortable and made me more aware that sexuality was a lot more varied than I had previously been taught, and it made me open my mind up to different concepts and different ideas. Not to say that I've done all of them, I haven't done most of them, but I'm open to hearing about it, and if that's what you're doing as consenting adults, I'm completely down for it. So, learned a lot about that. Really learned about respecting and honoring the earth. If you know Starhawk, she is an extremely well-known pagan author. She has written The Spiral Dance, which is like a Wiccan classic. I do own it. I own most of her books. I think I own all of her books except maybe Circle Round, and that's because I don't have children. So I don't really deal with children, so there's not really a need for me to learn on how to teach children paganism because nobody has any kids. So, but it is an awesome book. If you like things that are kind of based on possible reality, different concepts of how things could be, books that are really mystical, that are magical, but in a really realistic, honest way. How people can learn to deal with each other. This is a great book. It's an easy read. The way she writes is extremely lyrical to me. Um, it's almost poetic. I highly recommend it. And that's all I have to say for now. So, The Fifth Sacred Thing. It's by Starhawk. I would like to know if you've read it. I'd like to know what your opinions are about it. And if you do decide to read it, and it's, tell you, 486 pages, so it's not too bad. I think they could have made a smaller version because it's kind of cumbersome to carry around, which is why I generally just leave mine at home because this is the lightest book in the world. But if you do read it, please let me know because I'd like to know what you think. And that's it. So, till we talk again, namaste. Love and light. Have a good night.